Hello and good morning, grade 8. This is our final lesson in quarter 3. This is the reproductive system. The reproductive system has two organs. One is the male reproductive organs in males, and the other one is the female reproductive organs in the female. So let's start with the male reproductive system. What is the main function of the male reproductive system? The main and the most important function of the male reproductive system is to produce sperms. Okay, sperms are produced by the male reproductive system. Sperms are produced by the male reproductive system, and they carry only half the amount of the genetic material in the normal cell. This genetic material is known as chromosomes. The normal cell has 46 chromosomes inside, so the sperm will have 23 chromosomes inside. These sperms are used for reproduction. The second important function of the male reproductive hormones is to give the male its male traits, like the deep voice, the growth of muscles, and growth of hair. The sperms are produced by the reproductive organs in the male, which are the testes. These are the testes, okay, or testes. The main organ of the female reproductive system is the testes that produce the sperms and the male sex hormone. The male sex hormone is called testosterone. The female reproductive system, this is the female reproductive system. It's responsible for production of eggs in the female, and exactly like the sperms, they have only half the amount of the genetic material or chromosomes in the normal cell. So again, sperms in male and egg in the female are the sex cells which are responsible for reproduction. The female reproductive organ system is consisted of ovaries. These are the ovaries, and fallopian tube. This is the thick lining part, which is the uterus. At the end of the uterus there is the cervix and the vagina, from where a baby can be delivered. The female reproductive system produces female reproductive hormones. These hormones are named estrogen and progesterone. They are very important for the production of eggs. Also, they allow the appearance of the female traits like smooth voice and growth of hair. The ovary is the reproductive organ which is responsible for producing the eggs. This is the ovary. The ovary stores many number of eggs, and each month one egg is released from the ovary to the fallopian tube. So how are eggs released? Something is called the menstrual cycle. This is the change that produces an egg. Each month, or each 20 days exactly, an egg is released from the ovary during the preparation of the female body for pregnancy. About half the way of this, one egg is released from the ovary. Like we see here, this is the ovary, and one egg only is released each month. It travels from the ovary to the uterus through this, which are called fallopian tubes. Each month, a different ovary will release an egg, meaning that if the right ovary released an egg this month, the next month the left ovary will release another egg, and so on. If the egg gets fertilized by a sperm, when it reaches the uterus, this organ here, it's lined with a thick lining full of nutrients that can help to feed the egg. So if it's fertilized with a sperm, it will reach the uterus and get attached to it, and the formation of the fetus will start. If not, if the egg is not fertilized, at the end of the menstrual cycle, it will be shed with the lining of the uterus. This is the monthly discharge of blood. This is when the egg is not fertilized with the sperm and the baby formation didn't start. Okay, a monthly discharge of blood will happen through the vagina. This is called menstruation. So, what if the egg gets fertilized with the sperms, as in this picture? These, by the way, the testes produce millions of sperms. Only one sperm will succeed to reach the egg and penetrate it. This is called fertilization. So again, what is meant by fertilization? The meeting between the sperm cell and the egg to form the first cell of the fetus. Then the cell division will start. We have only one cell at the beginning from the fusion between the sperm and the egg. Then cell division will occur. One cell will become two, two will become four, and so on till the embryo is formed. The embryo then travels to the uterus and attached to the thick, rich lining. Like we said that the uterus lining is full of nutrients that can help to nourish the baby or the embryo. So let's practice here. The sperm carry how many chromosomes? The sperm is a sac cell, so it will carry only half the number of chromosomes in the normal cell. The normal cell carry 46, so the sperm cell will carry 23 chromosomes. Estrogen develop which characteristics? Estrogen is the hormone produced by the female reproductive gland, the ovary. So it will help to develop the female characteristics. Space are the main organs of the male reproductive system. The main organs of the male reproductive system are the testes or testes. Space are the main organ of the female reproductive system. What is the main organ for the female reproductive system? Of course, it will be the ovaries. The egg is released about half the way of the menstrual cycle. If it's fertilized, okay, it will start to form the zygote, then the embryo by cell division. If not, and the end of the menstrual cycle come, it will be discharged with the blood.